My name's Tanner Woods. I'll be talking to you today about texting and driving. 19 states and Washington, D.C. have banned it. The Transportation Department prohibits truck drivers, bus drivers from doing it. President Obama outlawed the practice of all federal employees, and then Jonathan Atkins, the governor's Highway Safety Association, thinks it should be forbidden in every state. My intentions today are to persuade you to think twice next time you pull out your phone while driving. I'm going to touch on texting while driving is bad, a couple of studies that prove shocking evidence on how impaired someone is when they are texting and driving, and texting while driving versus driving drunk. Nowadays, we find many studies that examine the effects of texting and driving. The one conclusion that they all seem to have is that texting impairs the driver's abilities. One of the most obvious things that happen when a driver is texting while driving is a driver is advert his or her eyes from the road for around 5 seconds. This is more than enough time for a person to run in front of a vehicle or the vehicle in front of you to make a sudden stop or to miss seeing a light change. Despite all that, many people still text while driving. There was a video that was a public service announcement that originated out of Wales in the United Kingdom. It did not make it past the U.S. TV censors, but it was aired on Today. Even then, segments were cut out. This effect this video has on its audience is because it was so graphic it sticks in people's minds. That was the mission. According to researchers from the University of North Texas Health Science Center in Fort Worth, texting behind the wheel accounted for 141 deaths between 2002 and 2007. The percentage of all traffic deaths caused by distracted driving rose from 11% in 1999 to 16% in 2008. Distracting driving crashes are more common in urban areas. Overall, 40% of the crashes happened in urban areas in 2018, up from 33% a decade earlier. Only 1/3 of Americans had a cell phone in 1999. By 2008, 91% of us did. Texting is on the rise, up from 9.8 billion messages a month in December of 2005 to 110.4 billion in December of 2008. Another study conducted at Virginia Tech found that texting drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a collision than non-texters. Although the AAA reports 95% of drivers acknowledge texting while driving is dangerous. 21% of them have done it recently anyway. Another thing that happens when a driver is texting, that the driver's mind would be on the message that they are trying to send or trying to read. This, of course, prevents the driver from thinking quickly to a situation on the road because he or she is thinking about the message. Car and Driver magazine conducted a study, and the driver of a vehicle would actually read and type out text messages while driving. The study solely focused on the driver's reaction time to light mounted on the windshield at eye level, meant to simulate a car leads brake lights. The test was conducted on an airplane runway away from pedestrians, traffic, and real-life driving conditions. The passenger would trigger the light, and the driver was instructed to brake every time he saw the red light. While reading a text and driving at 35 miles per hour, the driver's average baseline reaction time was 0.57 seconds, nearly tripled to 1.44 seconds. While texting and driving, his response was 1.3 seconds. These figures corresponded to an extra 45 and 41 feet, respectively, before hitting the brakes. Think of what could happen in 41 to 45 feet. And that's pretty much some stuff on texting.